my watch.
I said what I said.
Not on my watch. I'll crush you so badly, you'll regret the rest of your life. Who the hell are you?
That's for PC people. I'm not PC.
The thing is, if you come for me, you're just gonna get gathered. Because no, I'm not having it, John, Adam, or whoever the hell you are. Coming up today on the Gathering podcast.
And the next thing I knew, fuck me, like this thing had like thousands of retweets, thousands of like comments. And the worst part is no one came to my defense.
It started off with like, I want you to shit on my floor. I want to wipe it up with my hands.
Hey guys, I'm your host Shae and I'm here with my co-host, the lovely Ree. Ree, say hi to the people.
Hey to the people.
Welcome to the very first episode of The Gathering, a podcast for the un-PC. Over here at The Gathering, we do not believe in censorship. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is The Gathering Podcast, and follow us on our social media handles, Twitter being at The Gathering Pod, on our Instagram, SoundCloud, and Facebook page being at The Gathering Podcast. Also catch us every Monday, giving you some of the content to beat the Monday blues, okay? So let's jump straight in. The highly anticipated social event of the year took place yesterday. The royal wedding, of course. Hashtag secure the palace. Meghan Markle, aka the new People's Princess, wedded our favourite prince, Harry, of course. Did you catch the royal affair?
Parts of it. Snapchat and Instagram wouldn't let me rest. Literally.
So how did you feel? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
I was just so disappointed at her dress. We were all waiting for this dress and it come out looking like cardboard. Like Kate was wearing cardboard. She was wearing like 50 grand cardboard.
Oh my god. That's
all.
her name is Megan.
I
can't do it with you.
I'm so uninterested in her.
This is how uninterested. Do you know what? I liked the dress. I just didn't like it on her. And I think it was a flattering dress. And you know, with the royals, they like to strip everything back. So for them, it's like less is more. So you notice how she didn't wear like any necklaces. I think she wore a really nice bracelet and she wore a really nice tiara. She didn't even opt to go for Princess Diana's tiara that she wore for her wedding to Prince Charles, which was, I think, a lot more extravagant. She went for something simple. But yeah, me personally, the only issue I had was the fact that her hair had too many flyaways. It wasn't snatched, it wasn't pulled back, and I just really was disappointed with the fact that, you know, her hair just looked a bit, lesser than.
I feel like she could have done so much better. I feel like less is more doesn't work for everyone. And I just feel like, did she even like her own dress? Like, she didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it, she didn't like it. I don't know why she wore it. Like, at this point, I'm just done. Like, as soon as I saw the dress, I just looked away and I was just like, this is what we've all been waiting for.
How much do you think they actually get to choose of their dress though? Do you reckon like they're actually allowing them to have free reign?
No, I don't think they get free reign on everything. I think it was Meghan's choice. Meghan would have a destination wedding in bloody Dubai.
I feel like Camilla chose her dress.
Yeah, I feel
Camilla's
like
so spiteful.
Camilla was like, you little coloured folk coming into the royal family, you're going to wear a piece of cardboard.
Let's remember that, because Camilla comes from a long line of concubines, so Camilla can definitely have a seat on that one. I feel like it was her influence that just, anyway, no.
I just feel like Meghan literally straightened her hair at home on the day of the wedding. Literally.
Do you know what? You know, Kate actually did her own makeup that day.
But Kate's she's cut from a different cloth. I feel like Kate can rock the simple look and look simple, but I just feel like, Meghan, you look so boring on your wedding day. Like, I couldn't be bothered to watch it. Like, she didn't look stunning. Like, the guests came harder than her.
Yeah,
like,
that's
look
true.
at Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham looked like she was ready for a funeral. Like, she came to kill everybody. Victoria Beckham, put you bitches in your boxes.
No, that's true. She did definitely slay, and even David slayed. Like, there was so many memes on social media of David. Someone was talking about how, I'll call security on the man if he turned up to my wedding looking that good.
No. The way my wedding's gonna be set up, if my future husband is being outstayed on his wedding, I'm not marrying you. If someone comes to my wedding looking like David Beckham and my husband is underdressed on my wedding day, let's not even walk down that aisle. Bye. You cannot be outdone on your wedding day. You mad? Hey. Can't do it.
Yeah, and also Kate Middleton has been dragged on social media for apparently doing a faux pas and wearing white to somebody else's wedding. I didn't actually think it was white. It didn't look white to me.
Shady. It's
according
always
to-
the ones that you think are not shady
That's
that are
it.
the most shadiest. If you wear white to my wedding, I'm going to pour red wine on you. You cannot come and wear red.
You can't
do it.
wear white or someone else's wedding. But anyway, in her defense, it didn't look white to me. Maybe it was an off-white or something else. But yeah, apparently she wore white. But yeah, so according to Vogue, I think it is, they're claiming that Meghan spent 16,000, was it, on her no, sorry, 1,600, or was it 16,000?
It was 18 grand on the makeup.
Stop it.
No, it was 18 grand on the makeup, and at this point,
What did they smear on her face?
I
Like
don't know.
the
I don't
infinity
know.
water from the infinity pool or something.
I
Because she
don't
didn't even
know.
know that she had a lot of makeup. I know the simplistic thing was what it was, but I think I'm going to keep saying it. My issue with her was the hair. The hair could have been so much better slayed, and maybe the makeup wouldn't have mattered so much. I just
Her
feel like
makeup
she
was
rolled
so
out of bed
bland.
and put on a dress and
Like,
walked out.
I feel like I could put a makeup wipe on her face and nothing would come off.
Nothing will come off.
I
yeah.
need to see what the 18 grand was for. I need to see who this MUA was, because this MUA needs to be never booked
Do you
again.
know what's-
Literally.
It was probably like a royal MUA, because like even George's nanny, she makes like 80k a year, and she doesn't even spend like that much time with him. Like Kate is a
Really?
much more hands-on mum than what Diana or the previous royals with their kids are, even some of the modern day ones. So I'm actually thinking in my head that she
Someone said that George was wearing them trousers from Zara last year.
I think George looked cute.
I didn't say it.
Oh, you're so wrong. Okay, right. So basically, what she just said was that someone on the internet was saying that George, the trousers that George was wearing were the same ones that all these Negroes were out here wearing last year from Zara. Probably is true.
Yeah, it's
I
the
didn't
black
see
ones, they
them.
had the red stripe on them. That's what George was out here slaying.
No.
George was out here slaying in these Zara pants. You go, boy.
you slay, baby boy. I love me some George. Remember, I actually said to you that we're actually going to get an invitation to George's wedding. I know you said it was like 20 years in advance, but
Yeah, I'll be getting an
I think
invitation
we'll get
because
one.
it's going to be my daughter that's marrying him.
Amen,
I'll
honey.
be there, my gelly.
We'll be patched. We'll be patched.
Mother of the blood clot bride.
Oh my gosh, right. So there was a little bit of shade that was actually thrown, and I don't know, there was a video that was going around social media of a white woman, I don't know if she's Canadian or American, and she was talking about Meghan, and she somehow caught herself bringing up the fact that Meghan comes from a family of slaves. Now, what really shocked me, I saw the video and I was just like, okay, whatever, like, this woman's off her rocker, like, who gives a shit about what she has to say? Then, when I was watching the coverage on one of the big news outlets, the guy actually said it, like, the correspondent actually said it, and he was just like, obviously it was very many years ago, but, Meghan Markle's mother is descendant from a family of slaves. And I just thought, how is that even relevant?
This is why I get so tired of white people sometimes, because you're acting
Stop,
like you lot did not start slavery. You don't need to be ashamed of slavery and never speak on it, because no, I'm not having it, John, Adam, or whoever the hell you are. Like, they're acting like these Kanye West folk that think that black people put themselves into slavery. We did not choose to be slaves. So don't come for us like that. You're mad. You're mad.
I think that's the problem.
I lose all decorum when it comes to slavery. Like, how dare you? Like, Meghan's mum chose to be a slave. Like, literally, we chose
No, that's
slavery
not what he
upon us.
said.
No,
It's not
that is
what he said. Now
That's
you're
what he
reaching.
said.
Now
I'm
you're reaching.
going to reach for his fucking neck back.
I think, okay, this is my take on it. If you're going to sit down and talk about the fact that Meghan's mother comes from a history of slaves or a family of slaves, then we should also sit down and talk about how Harry's family comes from slave owners, because the royal family has been linked. They did own a lot of colonies, and they did have they had plantations on a lot of Caribbean islands. So the reality of it is that he too comes from that side. So had it been a person of color who had said, oh, she's marrying a man who comes from, a prince who comes from a line of slave owners, I don't think that would have gone down very well. So I don't see why it should be okay the other way around as well.
Literally, and don't even get me started on the royal family and the Commonwealth when they're doing do the countries that they wanted, please, because I will gaggle all of the fucking royals
Scramble
at
for
once.
Africa.
God, literally.
I can't deal. So who do you feel was the best dressed at the royal wedding?
I'm gonna say them sisters from the Suits. Them sisters from the streets came to take the piss out of the British.
Listen.
And they did it so classily and they were so neat and tucked in. You didn't even realise they took the piss out of the whole wedding. You didn't even know. But they just came. One was wearing some polka dot long thing. One was wearing some sort of bandaged bodysuit. They just came to slay. They came to laugh at it all. Like, we're here, we're from America, and we're just going to dress like you British hoes. And that's what they did.
And their makeup was really nicely done. They looked really good.
Who was there anyway? They couldn't hook their friend up. Like, literally.
Oh gosh, yeah, they looked so good. I definitely agree. I think they were the best dressed, along with Serena and obviously Mother Oprah. I think Oprah looked really good. I liked the fact that Oprah and Serena's dresses kind of had the same color, which is obviously spring wedding colors. But my thing is that, do you think they actually corresponded with each other beforehand and were like,
I don't know,
should we wear the same color just to piss them off?
Oprah's got such a presence. When Madam Oprah walked in, it was just like, oh.
I think everyone just sat in their seat. Everyone tucked their legs inside and straightened their backs and did all of that. Ooh, Oprah. She gave me chills.
Beckham, though, came to bury someone. Victoria Beckham came for a funeral. Victoria Beckham put me in a box and put me in a grave with the outfit she had on. I was like, yes. No, Victoria Beckham came to slay, and so did that husband of hers.
That's it. They came with the package. I was so proud of them. Please let them always be the two of them.
Literally, I love them. And that's what I'm saying. If I'm getting married and someone like David Beckham is showing up at my wedding, outdoing my husband on my day, I'm not walking down the altar. There's no wedding. I'm like, when were you married? I'm not marrying if you can't outdo David Beckham. Are you mad?
You know what I will say? Right. So Serena's man was with her. Initially, when I was watching it, she looked like she'd come with some type of minder, and then later on, because the conversation was so dry between the two of them. I know. And then I saw Alexis come in later on, and I was like buzzing because I was just like, oh my god, it's Serena and Alexis. Go on social media, a bunch of black guys obviously hating. They seem to have an issue because they clearly couldn't make the cut with someone like Serena. I don't understand. Like, message to you black men. And just for the ones that feel salty about Serena being with a white guy now, yes, we already know the fact that she dated black before. Now she's with a white guy. She's gone to the royal wedding with him. You guys are going to have to get over it. Stop dragging this woman. She looked gorgeous. Jog the fuck on. No one gives a shit about you being in your fucking feelings because a woman who most of you wouldn't even want and definitely couldn't even get is now with a white man. We really need to move past it. I can't even touch on the topic
because the minute that a black woman said anything about black guys dating outside the race, we're angry, we're bitter, we're this, we're ugly, we're dark, but you don't do the most talking. Shut up!
I can't even deal with that. And that is it. On that topic, that is it. Like, you guys just need to let it go. It's not that serious. Let her live. Can Serena be great? That's what we're asking. Hashtag can Serena please be great? That's it, exactly. And that's probably part of the reason why she was invited to the royal wedding in the first place. They obviously wanted to incorporate the American aspects of it and the African American aspects of it because though, you know, Meghan is not African American, she is still an American and she is still biracial. Yeah. So she is a black American essentially. So it's important. She's an other, basically. She fits into the other category. But how much? Okay, this is another conversation I've been seeing on social media. How much do you think Meghan identifies? Personally, I feel like ever since she's been engaged to Harry, she hasn't really had much to say because, you know, the royal family are very private. They don't put much out there unless it's official statements and whatnot. So she hasn't really been able to say too much. But it's like there's this consensus online that she's not doing enough to represent being black. But I feel like, is that really her fault? Because the reality of it is that the royal family are very secretive. She's been engaged to this guy. That's where she really was propelled into the spotlight, even though she'd been dating him. Once they were engaged, everybody now had to accept that this thing was now serious. So I feel like, what do you lot want from her? What do you want her to do? Walk around here in an afro? You want her to wet her hair so it's all... I mean, yeah, I'm all for that. But the reality is that what can she do? She's now part of the royal family. The royal family is very private. You're not allowed to talk too much. What should she do to appease the people that are saying she's not black enough?
The thing that gets me about black people is that every time a black person is in the limelight, everyone now expects you to use it as a platform, and it's not every day you use it as a platform. Like, I can't be bothered anymore. The discussion is so boring. There's a lot of mixed race people out there in everyday life who don't identify as black. They have all white friends, and I feel like Meghan is one of those people, and she's quarter caste. She's quarter black, so she
is she quarter?
Yeah, I think her mum is mixed race.
Her mother's mixed.
Yeah, her mum is mixed race. I have to go get receipts and check, but I think her mum is mixed race, and I just feel like If you're
Mum looks
45,
black,
if you're,
though,
if you're 75% something else, why must I spend my whole time repping my 25%?
Exactly.
And I feel like the black people have just made a big thing. Like, we're in a black person in the royal family. Who cares? Like, you know,
the royal family are not here for you. I'll say that
you.
now. They're not here for you. And I will say that because I personally have a very close family friend of mine who she has been dating a royal for years and years and years. She's the royal that she's dated is actually one of the Queen's cousins, and he wasn't able to marry her. They got together at an age where they could have gotten married and probably even had one child. He wasn't able to do that. There was a point in time where she was actually approached by his family, his parents, and asked to end the relationship.
Oh wow!
And they were actually going to pay her to leave the relationship. So I've always been on the mindset of the royal family isn't here for you. And as much as I have respect for them, don't get me wrong, I can only have a certain level of respect for somebody that goes out there and bullies their way into other people's countries and steals, pillages and rapes and then enslaves people and then cuts out in the middle of... The thing of it is, it's funny because the British have been able to get away with a lot because they do things and then they're the first ones to say, everybody else stop. Doing it.
Anyway.
Windrush, exactly. Windrush, all these different things. They've done so much, but their hands somehow look clean because they always say, oh no, but look, the white Americans are much worse than us. Look at Trump. But he's so much worse than Theresa May. So anyway, I digress. The reality of the situation is that like the Brits have done a lot. Like they've done a lot. I'm gonna leave it there. I've even lost my train of thought. Ree, you take that.
Yeah, as I said, I'm just done with it. There's so much more on the diversity and race agenda that throwing a quarter caste girl into the palace is making you lot all forget the daily issues and the daily struggles. Like, just a side note, I work for a company who is pushing the diversity agenda so hard and forcing the fact that we have to do training now where we have to do unconscious bias training so that we're hiring people of colour in our company. I work for a big public sector organisation and we're struggling to get black people and Asian people in. And you not think because the quarter caste person is in the White House, in the
Buckingham Palace,
in the White House, that all our issues are now going to end.
It's not gonna happen. It's
Delusion.
not. I guess, do you know what? I think people are coming from that thing of let's just enjoy the fact that someone like it's actually something to be celebrated.
Just like
it doesn't have any
Obama
negative.
would change your lives. Us in London were celebrating when Obama won.
The reality is that, okay, right, let's even just tap on this really quickly, yeah? Not to go too much into it. But that, because I had a friend of mine who used to say that a lot. She used to say, you know, like, Obama doesn't really do much. He hasn't done, ever since he's been in power, he hasn't done anything for people of colour. People are still getting gunned down and blah, blah, blah. But I was just like, you realise that he wasn't a president just for black people. He went in there and he was a president for all. And you can call me whatever you want to call me. You can call me a coon or whatnot. I'm probably even a lot more...
Call you a house Negro.
You can call me a house Negro or whatnot. I'm probably a lot more in tune with and more conscious than most people that I even speak to because I like to keep it real. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh yeah, that's true. Black relations and things were not that great, even though Obama was president. I don't believe that Obama going into power was just solely about changing the black experience in America. I really don't. And I'm only just speaking from an outside perspective. I have a sister that lives in America and she feels the same way that my friend felt. But she feels the way that my friend felt, not so much that he didn't do anything for black people. She just feels like he just wasn't a good president overall. And I can respect that a lot more. If you're going to say that Obama wasn't a good president based on his policies and the things that he pushed and didn't push, I'm all for it. But don't say he wasn't a good president because he didn't do enough for black people, because his agenda was not just to help black people. It was to help everybody. He was a president for everyone. Yeah. You know? True tea. You know what I'm saying? Sip
True
on
tea,
that.
sis. Sipping on my red wine.
So anyway, back to the wedding. So you said the best dress, and I agreed with you. The best dress were the suits ladies. They were looking good. They were slaying. Who do you think was the worst dress?
Idris Elba's the girlfriend,
Sabrina,
fiance,
yeah.
Sabrina
Oh,
came
Lord.
in. Sabrina came looking like a private schoolgirl. She wore a private schoolgirl's uniform. Sabrina, you came looking like a Girl Scout. I was like, at what point is Sabrina going to start selling me cookies? Because I was like, what, Sabrina? Like, Sabrina, you fucking wore a uniform to a wedding. And did she have a visor on?
She had a fascinator,
on,
whatever the
with
fuck
a
they call
school
it.
uniform. How fucking dare you? I don't care what brand it is. You could have gone to Primark and got a better frock. I'm done.
Right. This is my tea. This is my tea on that whole outfit. And I'm talking about. I'm starting from the top of that bitch's head down to. And I'm not saying bitch because I don't like her. I actually like her. She's a beautiful girl. She comes across very nice. I'm saying bitch because I'm really upset at the fuck. There was hardly any black people. That's number one. Yeah, there was hardly any black people. And you, as one of the few black bitches that was representing us, decided to show up and show out in a stupid... It's like she walked into the Gucci store and she said, give me the cardigan, give me the dress. And then she said, what shoes? And she turned around and said, oh my God, fuck that. There's actually a matching bag and shoes set over there that matches the dress. Give me that shit too. And then she went to Debenhams and bought a fascinator that was navy. Bitch! Why did... Do you know what? I'm doing too much right now.
I was so disappointed in her. All the money in the world.
All the money. I feel like it's the first time that he actually let her do her own thing. And
I'm angry at Idris. How dare you? That's the thing. If I ever come across you, Idris, I'm going to gather you. How dare you let your missus come out looking like that?
And that's it. That's actually going to lead into
looking like a
the
fucking
topic.
Girl Scout. It's done.
That's going to lead into one of the questions that we have for today, which is it okay to let your partner go out dressed in a certain type of way when you're looking good? Because Idris was looking good, and it was the same thing at the Met Gala as well. He was looking really good at the Met Gala. He came through doing whatever he was doing. She was wearing Givenchy, I believe, at the Met Gala. It looked like Misguided. I actually have the exact same dress that she was wearing, and I got it from Miss Selfridge years and years ago. Very, very similar to that. So what I don't like, that's pretty much like, you're not even caring about how your missus is looking, but you're out here slaying. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't like that. I mean, when I was in my ex, we used to shop and show out together. Like literally, he was my, like, we're coming to do this thing. Like, we're coming to show you we're together. We both look good. Like, I'm not going to be that girl that's with someone that looks good. Because you know some guys take such pride in their parents. And then like, look what his girl's wearing. That could never be me. No. No. And sometimes when I used to look at Mr. T, so we're gonna call him.
Is that we're gonna call him Mr. T? Okay.
Mr. T, and I was like, you don't need to wear that cardigan, and then you take it off. And sometimes he'd be like, you don't need to wear that. Like literally, we'd help each other. Like we're representing each other, especially when you're on the spotlight like that. And you know you have girls that are just waiting to come, especially Idris. Everyone wants a piece of Idris. White, black, Asian. Everyone wants Idris' dick. So the minute Sabrina steps out and shows up, the girls are perched on their keyboards and they're ready to drag her, snatch her by the beginning of her roots, and done her. Like, I feel like if you put up the picture and see Idris' face, he's smiling, but he's smiling because he knows that his missus came in a school uniform.
You know what? The way that I actually went onto her Instagram page, which is at Sabrina, I don't know how to pronounce her surname, Dari?
Why does she look like she's wearing a graduation outfit?
DHOWRE. And the first image, if you go onto her Instagram
it looks like
page...
she's graduating.
It doesn't look like graduation. The first image is actually what she wore to the royal wedding. No, and if you go into the comments, there's actually 1,331. The number, that one is my comment because I'm also up in there on her page, and most of them are just dragging the shit out of her. And there's 3 women who have consistently gone from comment to comment dragging her, and I was like, these women are doing too much. They clearly want to be with Idris. It's pretty obvious. Right. So someone said Sabrina. What's her name? So at Lysa Dix, that's LYSADICKS. What the fuck kind of name is that? Sabrina, you look like a local girl down the road. Girl, you need to up your game. This is good advice. You are with the Idris Elba. And she did caps for the Idris Elba.
Here come the Somalian community.
The Somalian community. The Somali community showed up in the comments. They didn't drag and they didn't gather. I will say that their little drags and gathers were very weak in comparison because they knew that everybody else was right.
Come straight from Uxbridge.
You're so drunk.
Tottenham, Finsbury Park, dragging you from every side of London.
They tried a little thing. They tried to save her.
Tooting back.
You need to stop with that racism. I can't do it. Listen, we don't promote racism.
It's banter.
It's banter.
My best friend's Somalian.
That's it. There we go.
Ahmed Muna.
you just becking it. You said your best friend is
My
Somalian.
best friend Somalian.
No, stop it. Do you know what, Somali girls? We love you. You're beautiful.
We love you.
I actually think Sabrina is a beautiful girl.
She's
I
beautiful.
don't fuck with Maya because of those comments about the dark skinned girls. I used to fuck with Maya, but Maya's always been bland anyway. So
I fuck with Somalians, but it's when the whole community. The minute you say Somali on Twitter, you're getting dragged by a nation.
I was actually once dragged by the whole of Somalia itself.
Did you get victim support?
Do you know what? The funny thing is that I got at first when they started drag, because I said something, I gaslighted them, not knowing that they were going to like come for me like that.
Yeah.
And they crept into my mentions slowly, and the next thing I knew, fuck me, like this thing had like thousands of retweets, thousands of like comments. And the worst part is no one came to my defense. They just dragged the shit out of me. They actually sank me. I couldn't believe I got gathered. I must say that's my L. I got gathered by the Somali community. So I'm very careful about what I say about them now. But yeah,
Somali
so the comment section on Sabrina's Instagram is looking pretty messy at the moment. Go over there, have a look. Everyone's pretty much on the same wavelength.
Sabrina ain't nobody. We only know her because of Idris.
Oh Lord!
Oh,
right. Then we go. The people come with the shade that they don't need to come with. But yeah, so they're pretty much gathering her.
The outfit was awful. Like she could have gone to Peacocks
horrible.
and got a better outfit. Like I don't understand.
What offended me more was the navy hat. Why did she wear the navy hat?
Are those kitten heels?
No, they're not. Okay. And you know what? Separately, every single piece of clothing that she was wearing separately would have been nice. Everything would have been okay separately. It was just too much. It was so tacky. It looked like a school uniform. You were right about that. It just looked a mess, girlfriend.
School uniform, graduation outfit, Girl Scouts.
It's a no.
Choir master. It's doing everything.
But other than that, darling, you're a beautiful woman.
Beautiful girl.
She is very, very much so. But yeah, oh my gosh. So we've rambled on about that. So let's kind of take it back to on a personal level outside of the celebrity world. Me personally, I'm a bit shallow when it comes to how a guy dresses because I take care of my appearance. I like to dress. I like clothes. I like fashion. I like to dress well. I like clothes. I like fashion. I like makeup. I like stuff like that. So for me, when I'm going out, stepping out with my guy, like I'm showing up and I'm showing out. I remember one time I dated this guy, really nice guy, really well educated, had a really good job. He had no fucking idea how to fucking dress. He used to fucking embarrass me. And after like the second to third date, I realized this guy doesn't know how to dress. And I was like, nah, do you know what? I'm going to say something. Because you know what, ladies? It's up to you. It's either you sit back and you tolerate a Negro that doesn't know how to dress, or a man, sorry, not everyone's a Negro, someone that doesn't know how to dress, or you say something. So me, I just kind of dropped it subtly. I was just like, you know what? I really like guys that wear da-da-da. Or when we're out, I would like see a guy that's dressed nice. I don't care how shady this would sound or how inappropriate it would sound, because I would expect a guy to do it to me if I was slacking as well. And I would be like, oh, that guy looks nice. I like it. Wow, look at that guy's shoes. They look nice. Trust me, by the fourth date, that nigga had fixed himself up, snatched himself up together. He was dressed so well by the fourth date, and he even said to me, oh, do you like the way I'm looking? I was just like, oh, look at that, bless him. He actually made an effort to look nice.
Big age. Do you know, I dated a guy, oh god, this, you know when a guy thinks they can dress, but they can't dress? Like, so me, obviously I liked him, so I was like, oh yeah, gassed him up, like, do you think I can dress though? I'm like, yeah, you can dress.
He used to ask you that?
Yeah.
You need to stop dating these lames. I can't believe I can dress though.
He couldn't dress for shit. My man had the ankles of a 2-year-old, and he always used to have them on show with his boat shoes. He had this picture, I'll show you the picture, innit? He had a suit on, the suit. This boy was wearing a suit.
If we want to call it that, are we gonna actually call it a suit?
He had some Zara leggings on, I'm gonna call them bright blue trousers that he had. So he was at a wedding. He wore a blue, like a deep.
It was like a royal blue.
Yeah, like a royal blue
morning suit. Was meant to be
royal blue Zara trousers or royal blue suit. Was it a long sleeve crew neck that he wore?
It was a long sleeve crew neck that he wore.
He had a flower and a handkerchief on.
What's worse is that he made sure that he separated the jacket enough so we could see the belt. I don't know if the belt was Fendi or something like that. The belt was no designer. It was just
like it came from the Asian market, and the belt was so skinny. And
it was like a next belt or something.
The way this guy loves that picture, you know, when he loved that picture so much. I remember when I first started talking to him, he sent me that picture because you thought that was the best picture of him, and I was like, oh wow. And I was like, oh, it's really nice. Yeah, he's like, I can dress in it. Yeah, people say I can dress. you haven't got good people in your life. I'm done. I'm done.
No, but then don't you feel like you literally did exactly what Idris did, which is you didn't say anything when you should have?
Do you know what? I felt bad.
Girl, that's disloyal. Because I feel like that you should be loyal.
And I was just seeing him. That's his woman.
Oh, okay,
Ain't no one trying to claim that one in his skinny trousers. Like you just someone I was seeing. He's not
in the
my
Zara
man.
leggings.
And his Zara leggings and his 2-year-old ankles and his boat shoes. I don't think them boat shoes used to go worn everywhere. Like change your shoes.
I mean, okay, yeah, that's actually another aspect of someone constantly like wearing the same thing because they don't like. Okay, right. Would you go on a date? Because for me, I feel like when I go on a date with a first-time guy and I'm just like, okay, I make an effort. The first 3 dates, I will never repeat a thing.
Yeah.
At most, the handbag. Maybe I might repeat the shoes after skipping one, but I don't even need to, so I probably won't. But I've heard people say that, like one of my friends, she used to date this guy and she said that when they first met, how they got into a relationship, I don't know because I personally wouldn't with someone who would do this. But she said when they first met, he consistently wore the same thing 3 dates. 3 dates in a row. Three
I just
days.
wasn't even washing. Was the boy washing?
She said that later on she did say it to him and he was like, babe, I've got a washing machine though. So it's not like I wore it. No, but the reality is that it's not even about the washing machine. It's about the fact that you wore the same thing. Very Tiffany Haddish of you. But yeah, it's like you wore the same thing 3 times. I just don't know. I think there's a faux pas. I think there's rules to this thing where you can't really do that. But yeah, anyway, not to get away from the point, the reality is that you should tell your other half, yeah, and I'm not just talking about someone that you're just dating because, yeah, just dating in the beginning, it's up to you. If you don't like how someone dresses, you need to bounce because somebody else might like the way that person dresses.
It's true.
You can't try and change them. But if you're with someone, then they might start changing. Oh my gosh, my ex, yeah, me and him, like, okay, he knows how to dress. Definitely knows how to dress. I've never been in a relationship with a guy that doesn't know how to dress.
No, you haven't.
I haven't. Yeah,
We know you haven't.
We know I haven't. But yeah, so I remember he got stuck in this rut where he always wore tracksuit bottoms. And it started to get on my nerves to the point where there was one day, where, ladies, you might be able to like relate to this. There was one day where I'd cooked for him and given him the food or whatever. He ate the food. And then he asked me, as I got up to go to the kitchen, he asked me to take the plate to the kitchen for him. So I got up to take the plate to the kitchen and I just got so pissed. When I got to the kitchen, I was so angry. And I was like, why am I so angry with him? And I realized that I was pissed because he kept wearing tracksuits every single freaking time. And I was like, why is he? And it really just basically what I'm trying to say is that it bred resentment. And I started to resent him because I felt like he was no longer making an effort. And you know, guys even say the same thing about females. Like I've heard people say things like, oh, you know, like, my girl got comfortable. She started wearing a headscarf everywhere we went, or she started wearing the same
outside the house.
Yeah, outside the house. First of all, no,
it
ain't gonna be wearing no freaking. I mean, to the shop is cool, but she was going to Westfields in a headscarf and stuff like that, and he didn't know her to be like that because when they first started dating, you know, like she was looking good.
Then it's his responsibility to drag it off her head before they leave the house.
Thank you, right? That's what I'm saying. Is it not his? It is your responsibility to like let your other half know that, look, babe, like, don't you want to get? There's a way to say it, like, come on, babe, don't you want to get dressed up? Like, or sometimes just do the most. Do the most, because for me, I feel like my guys have always fallen in line because they've seen that, right, she does the most, so I need to match up to what she's doing because I'm gonna be looking. And the other thing is that they'll feel intimidated because they'll feel like if I go out with her looking like that, other guys are gonna look at her, and I'm gonna now have to be feeling the type of way because other guys who look better than me will be looking at her. So you know, come on, man, like keep your A game. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it on board and shit.
You know what I don't like? This is so petty, but I find it's a turn off when the guys wear vest. Like, you know, the vest. Oh, I don't know what it is. I remember when I was seeing some
What
guy,
do you mean, like wife beaters?
The singlets.
The wife beater ones. Lord have mercy.
I hate them.
Do people still do that?
Yeah, I was seeing a guy and he would, and I couldn't put my finger on it when he took off his top, and he was just imitating me.
Wait, he used to wear it underneath his tops?
No, one day he wore it and I was so imitated, and I was like, that day I was like, I think I've lost attraction to you. I imitated him. I didn't know what it was then. It was the best. And I remember the next time he came to my house and he was like, sorry, I'm washing all my t-shirts. I've got a vest on, because he knew how much it angered me. And I looked at him. Oh God, I just hated the singlets.
So in that instance, you did tell him that you didn't
no,
like
this
the
was my
way.
reaction.
But were you going out or was it? Because going out and staying at home is two different things.
No.
Staying at home,
But
though you can't wear tracksuits every
It
single
makes
time we're
him
at home.
look unattractive. Like just the, you know,
It
sometimes
just didn't look nice on
it
him.
just
What was
didn't
it?
look nice on him.
Was it his body shape?
Yeah, it just did.
You're so
his
fucking
body shape
shady.
wasn't for him, and I was like, and I think obviously, because I hadn't seen him in a couple of weeks, and we had an argument, so we didn't really talk. So then he came round and stuff.
Is this Mr. T, by the way?
No, this is Mr. W.
Okay.
But I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, what is it? And I just remember the singlet. And the next time he came round and he had a t-shirt on, everything was back to normal. But the next time he wore that vest, I was like, here we fucking go again. Like, don't wear a singlet around me. Like, it reminds me of my father. When I was younger, my father would sit down there
Oh my God.
with his Stella in his hand.
Why do uncles always wear vests underneath shirts,
called a
t-shirts,
singlet.
everything? Allow it.
It's called a singlet.
Okay, but right. I will say this though. I feel like guys, this is like in Idris Elba's defense with this whole Gucci gate. I feel like guys are a lot more tolerant of a girl not looking up to par because
I don't think so.
No. I will tell you. Let me tell you why. My ex, like when I look at it, I'm probably, and I'm not gassing myself up. Don't come for me. I'm not gassing myself up, but I'm probably the best dressed girl that he's dated. And but he's really well dressed.
Yeah, he is.
So
He
exactly
dress,
like you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah. So
like,
you know he can dress. So he's really well dressed. So for me, I feel like the fact that he's Lord have mercy. All right, fucking hell. Do you want his number as well? You want his number as well?
No.
Fucking hell.
You can edit that out. You keep.
So you know, like sometimes you even get like. I've seen females that wear like tracksuit bottoms and heels, and there's a way to wear tracksuit bottoms and heels, but you know, some people just don't know how to make it drop. And I've seen one girl wearing like, you know those tracksuit bottoms that you wear to bed? Like the ones that never are supposed to see the light of day.
Yeah.
Those ones,
in the city.
And then she put on like, you know them heels that Beyonce used to wear on stage? Like them ugly salsa looking heels?
Yeah.
Them Strictly Come Dancing. She put on some heels like that.
Miss Pap heels.
And then Miss Pap heels. sorry Miss Pap.
We like Miss Pap.
We like Miss Pap. We love all of you. But them type of Miss Pap heels, and she just looked a wreck. And in my head I was thinking, damn, why didn't her man tell her that she looked like shit? But, you know, I guess different relationships, different communication and stuff like that. I'm a big communicator. Yeah. So for me, I'm just like, I need to say something. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what... Anyway, back to the point I was making, which is that with guys, I think they're more tolerant. Because for my ex, who knows how to dress, to be able to date females that don't know how to dress, like, I kind of feel like he's more tolerant. Whereas with me, I've had less tolerance with the guys I've dated in terms of how they dress. Yeah, like you come with a pair of shoes that I'm not feeling, and I might have an attitude with you.
The thing is,
if we're going out, don't show me up. That's all.
I think guys know when they've got a girl that takes care of herself. Yeah. A lot of guys I've dated, they're always like, "Oh my God, your hair's always laid. You got your nails done, your lashes done." And for me, I think this is standard. So when guys like, "But your hair's always looking for." Are girls really walking around with like dead weaves? Yeah. Like,
but everyone has a different standard. Yeah. Like, let's say like some girls don't even weave their hair; they've got natural hair. But are you looking after your natural hair? Are you being versatile with it? Are you keeping your man in mind? Same goes for guys. If you've got if you have long hair, are you keeping your what do they call it? Shape up. Are you keeping your hairline nicely? Are you doing your sponge head top? Are you greasing your hair? Are you keeping your beard?
In that sponge?
Are you putting shea butter in that sponge and in that beard? Do you know what I mean? Are you making sure that you're looking well groomed? Because it can kind of lead into even that, like grooming yourself. I feel no type of way about telling a guy that, listen, you need to go and cut your damn hair because I don't like the way that looks. Or, oh, I like the way that looks. Keep that. Yeah. And that's just me giving my opinion. If they respect my opinion, they can do it. But if they don't have to. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's the same thing. I've never had a guy say to me, babe, you need to fix yourself like up. I don't like your hair or whatever. But then when I've done my hair in certain ways, like So my exes would be like, I like that.
Yeah.
But whereas if I've done it another way, they won't necessarily say they like it. So then I can tell what they like and what they don't like. But to be fair, I'm not going to do it just based on whether they like it. I have to like it too. But, you know, there's an even balance of trying to keep someone happy in a relationship.
I actually had this guy, cheeky sod. I remember I had the DP up with my curly hair, and obviously he'd only ever seen me straight hair. And you know, he said, "Don't holler at me till you put your curly hair back in." Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I actually locked him off, and when I had my curly hair back in, I sent him a video.
So he was literally not checking for you.
No, he was like, no, he couldn't, because obviously straight hair and curly hair, he was like, "Rod, you look." No, he was like, okay, so you can look like that with curly hair. He's like, "Don't holler me." He was banned there. He was like, "Don't holler me till you have your curly hair back in." And I literally locked him off after that. And I sent him a video when I was out living my best life. All of a sudden, he started talking to me again. I don't know you no more. I said to him, "Hi," or whatever your name. I said, "Hi, Mr. A," or whoever you are. "I'm not interested. Bye." This boy literally came back. I remember I sent you the screenshot. When I had my curly hair, he came back. That was him. I was like, "Hi, oh you, whoever you are. Bye. I'm not interested anymore about holler at me when you have your curly hair." You mad? You better accept me.
But you know what? Guess what? He was keeping it real with you. He was keeping it real with you. He wanted you to know what he likes and what he doesn't like. But yeah, if it's getting to a place where it's like someone's having to change who they are and not be happy with themselves. Like, let's say you never had curly hair.
Yeah.
And you only had straight hair. Then he saw curly hair on someone else. And he said,
like,
"I like that." And he said to you, "You should have curly hair." And you weren't feeling it, but you did it for him. Then I would say it's a problem. But you know, he kept it real. Everybody has a preference. Like, if we're going to sit up here and say that people can have a preference for light and dark, and people can have a preference for tall or short and whatnot, then why not have a preference for how someone dresses? Like,
my thing is, if you're not looking like Denzel Washington did in Training Day, stick your preference up your ass. Literally, don't want to know.
Oh my gosh. Right, so to finish up, I think we're just gonna do the the L of the week.
So my L is a capital L. And what's the biggest font you can get on Word? Because that shit needs to be enlarged. My L of the week is, I like to live my truth. So I'm gonna say I was seeing a guy who likes to eat shit. It's one of his pastimes. Wait.
When you drop a shit bomb, literally like that, you need to give us a moment, first of all, to sit in that, in my Yanla voice, sit in it, and then figure out how you ended up in a situation where you were dating a guy that you said. The thing is that it's not too alien to me, not to say I've ever eaten a guy's shit or a guy's ever eaten my shit, but I've heard of that fetish before.
Okay, we're going to call him Mr. AB. So I was seeing Mr. AB, and Mr. AB used to say some wild things to me. Like, Mr. AB was quite sexual. I don't mind, because I'm quite sexual, so it was cool. Mr. AB would drop some lies to me, and I would, because we were like, he was cool and that, I just let it run over my head. I remember one time I was in his house, I needed to go to the toilet. And you know what, girls, you know when you're first time going to the toilet in the guy's house that you're seeing, like, I had to build it up in my head, and I knew I needed to go to the toilet. So I need to go to the toilet, and then he was like, "Do you want me to hold your hand?" He was being dead serious. He wasn't joking, but I just laughed it off because I just didn't want to look at him funny. And then another time I went to the toilet, he asked me if, he said to me, "I want to be so comfortable with you that to the point where we can wipe each other's asses." I let that slide over my head too. So anyway.
Wait. So, okay, I guess if it depends on how someone's saying it, that you can definitely let it slide, but
I didn't want to.
It didn't alarm you.
I didn't.
Were you lying to yourself?
I didn't want to believe it. If you see this, you lied to yourself.
Oh my god!
If you see this person,
Ree was lying to herself.
If you see this person, when I told one of my friends has actually met Mr. AB when he picked us up from the club. My friend was like, the guy, no, she couldn't even speak. She went silent. When I told my hairdresser who's Yardi, he pulled out a fucking seat and stopped doing my hair. Let me tell you, it was just too much. So so me and Mr. AB already, like, we just decided that we were going to cool things down anyway. But I went to the gym. I was minding my business. I came home. One of my girls called me and was like, "Yo, some girl's calling me, trying to get hold of you. She says that she's been dating Mr. AB for 4 months." I was like, okay. Next thing you know, before I just called Mr. AB and I cussed him out because I was like, this is getting embarrassing where girls are calling my friends. And by the time I came off the phone to Mr. AB, I had been added onto a group on WhatsApp called Mr. AB. Obviously, it was his real name. The girl sent a voice note to the group. She was like, I'm tired of him. She was like, today is payday for him. She sent me 56 screenshots, yeah. And I remember reading the first 2 and I could no longer. It started off with like, I want you to shit on my floor. I want to wipe it up with my hands. I want you to shit on my dick. I want you to piss on my dick.
Gosh.
I want you to eat my shit with a knife and fork.
Sorry, can I just ask, Mr. AB, what race was he?
Mr. AB is a Nigerian 31-year-old from South London who goes to church every Sunday.
Was he born in Nigeria or was he born here?
Mr. AB was.
Is he British?
No, Mr. AB was born in Nigeria, but he came to London when he was 2 years old.
Oh, okay, so he came when he was young.
British.
So he's black
Mr.
Brit.
AB is hood. He speaks like Roseman. He goes to play football on a Thursday. He goes to gym.
Oh, listen. No. We're not going to do anything that will identify Mr. AB, okay?
Oh, please, all these guys are playing football.
I know,
on
that's
Thursday.
true. They all are.
He's a normal everyday
Thursday or
guy.
Sunday. We all know.
I got these 56 messages. I remember, bearing in mind I only read 2 and it was enough for me. And do you know what? Yeah, I didn't even want to believe the message. So I was thinking this could be a catfish. Someone could just put his picture up and send this message. The girl sent me a voice note. It was him. Hey, babe. Am I still coming around yours tonight? He was like, yeah. You still gonna eat my shit? Yeah. Of course. I'm gonna bring one of my boys for you as well. Yeah, cool.
Wait, what?
Yes, the girl was bringing one of her because Mr. AB, he's seems to getting pegged and stuff.
So Mr. AB's bisexual?
I don't know. He said
Lord
he's not gay,
have mercy. Did you get an HIV test?
He's been fucked with a dildo.
Jeez.
That's what my hairdresser said. My hairdresser said, take those screenshots, take them to the clinic, let them know that this was the guy. My thing is that if you're into shit, that's fine, but I'm gonna keep it real. If I'm sucking your dick here and your dick's getting shitted on, I need to know. I'm putting that shit in my mouth. This boy, when I confronted him, he ran to my house, like the bitch he is, and was like, please.
Listen, okay.
My L of the week was that I was sucking a guy's dick who likes to get his dick shitted on and he likes to eat shit. And I was kissing a guy who ate shit. I ate in a guy's house that wants to eat shit with a knife and fork.
Okay, Lord.
My girls are bantering me saying that the same knife and fork you used in Mr. AB's house, the same knife and fork that he cut up the shit with. I am suicidal. That's my L. So you don't think you've taken L's? I have taken L. A girl came to me as a woman to tell me that the guy I'm seeing is eating shit.
Okay.
Never
right,
ever
enough. If I hear the word shit one more time, I'm actually going to lose it my damn self. That is one of the most disgusting things
I
I've
can never look
heard.
at shit in the same way again.
I hope you never look at shit, period. Like,
no, but
I'm now suspect of you. I'm now suspect
that's
of
what
you.
people say to me. People are like, so what are you not getting up
Are you
to?
dating this bisexual that eats shit? What is dating a bisexual that eats shit?
I walked away the day
right, so let me do the win. Let me do Lord have mercy. I can't deal with this story. Thank you very much for the L of the week. I'm gonna do the win of the week. I'm gonna give the win of the week to Meghan Markle for becoming a real life black princess. Thank you very much for putting, as much as, we've had a lot to say, but, I feel like at the end of the day, she has definitely put herself, I'm not even doing it as all of us, she's put herself in a very lucrative and good position. And do you know what? She didn't just secure the bag, she secured the palace. For life. Funny and now she just has to have some of them ginger afro babies just to consummate the marriage, because you know that with freckles
they're gonna be
they are.
They come out really pale.
They
like
come out
milky.
super white with the what's it called, the MR15 gene or something like that. Yeah, so those are the type of babies that she needs to have, because you need to consummate a royal marriage with a baby. We all know that. But yeah, so she gets the win of the week, and
she needs to be quick. How old is she?
She's 36. I'm hoping she got pregnant last night.
I bet
she didn't.
She's with child already.
She's already with child. But Harry looks like he gets it in.
Harry looks like he comes in 5 seconds.
Oh, no. What? Are you dumb? No, hold on. Rate Harry, you know. Rate Harry, Harry does not come in 5. Even William, those boys get it in, I'm telling you. I know I sound like I'm speaking from experience, and I'm actually not.
Shae's had a threesome with the royals. I can't deal. Is Harry circumcised?
Can you say that again? Sorry, repeat yourself.
I said that you've had a threesome with the royals. When you're going on. All of them, orgy, sex party up in the palace. I'm done.
Listen, my sexual history is none of your business. One day I shall disclose it to the people out there. But anyway, if you guys
want to... between you and Jesus. Take that shit to heaven on Judgment Day.
The FBI and MI5.
And literally...
But yeah, on that On that note, if you guys enjoyed today's first episode, like I said, we post every Monday evening GMT. Make sure you follow us on our YouTube channel, which is The Gathering Podcast, on our Twitter and Instagram and our SoundCloud. So our Twitter is at The Gathering Pod. Our Instagram, our SoundCloud, and Facebook page are at The Gathering Podcast. Make sure you guys tune in. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We had a lot of fun talking to you guys.
Sipping on some red.
Sipping on some red.
£3.99 from Lidl.
And that was not an advertisement.
We did not get paid to promote Lidl's £3.99 wine.
But yeah, so we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Switch.